And when he places his foot back in this position, we have what we term an open stance. That means the left foot's drawn back a little bit, and this is getting his belly button in front of the golf ball. We've also restricted his turn. He can't turn back as far. So to get this swing a little bit more compact, ensure solid shots, have an open stance with the weight on the left foot. Let's hit it. One more shot there, Sam. Very good.
One thing else you notice about this shot, hitting this low shot, we're not using any wrist action to try to keep the golf ball lower. We actually don't have any power in our wrists here. And you notice that me making this golf swing, very similar to me just making this praying drill here. You notice there is no wrist action in this shot. I'm letting the loft of the club and making a shorter club and keeping my weight on my left side force me to make a shorter golf swing, and the less loft automatically keeps the golf ball lower.
Very good, Sam. Now the pros use a little reference point on what club to know to hit from different shots. If you have 20 miles an hour wind in your face, that's a 2-club wind. There's basically, for every 10 miles an hour, it's a club. So right here we have a 6-iron in our hand. Sam would normally use an 8-iron. This would be assuming we had a 20-mile-an-hour wind. He's choking down on this golf club, making it feel just like that. So if we had a 30-mile-an-hour wind, it'd be a 3-club wind. So that means if you had a 9-iron shot normally, you'd use a 6-iron. If you had a 10-mile-an-hour wind and it was normally an 8-iron shot, you'd only use a 7-iron. So using those different golf clubs at those different wind positions will help you get the ball on line on target. Now the high shot is actually the opposite. Sam's going to demonstrate a couple high shots, and we're going to do just the opposite. The same ball position here, except Sam's going to drop his right foot back, and this is going to place more weight on his right foot, and it's going to extend his turn back on his backswing and actually help him hit the ball higher in the air. Let's go ahead and hit one here, Sam. Very good. Excellent shot. The next thing we'll work on is how Sam chokes down on the golf club. He's going to choke down about 1 inch since this is a 2-club wind. And for every club, there's a ½ inch difference between each golf club. So he has a 6-iron in his hand. He's going to make it the same length as his 8-iron. If he had a 3-club wind, he'd grip down an inch and a half, approximately. And if he had a 1-club wind, he'd grip down a half. This way, he's familiar with the length of the club. It's very similar to the same length. Now we'll talk about the tight lies. The tight lies occur when there's no grass underneath the ball. The ground is very bare right here. And the setup is very similar, where Sam's going to choke down on the club a little bit. He has a little bit of an open stance. Weight is leaning on the left foot. This ensures he hits the golf ball first. Very good, Sam. Let's hit one more there. You can see the same length swing there. It's a very short 3/4 type golf swing. A little bit of the open stance, leaning left. Very good. So remember, when you're going to hit that low shot, take more club. So if it's normally a 2-club wind, let's say we have a 2-club here, we're assuming we're 130 yards from the green. Sam normally hits an 8-iron. He's going to hit a 6-iron. Now we're going to do the other extreme. Let's say we're downwind and we want to hit the ball higher. Okay, hitting the ball higher is pretty much the opposite setup we just showed you. Sam right now is going to switch to a 9-iron, which is 1 club less than he'd normally hit. His stance will be the opposite of the low shot. He's going to have a closed stance where the right foot goes back. He's going to lean on his right foot and stay there a little bit the whole swing. Very good, Sam.
Thanks.
So to get the ball higher in the air, you just simply bring the right foot back. The weight will be more on the right foot. Let's review these high and low shots here. First of all, judge what the wind is. If we have a 2-club wind here, let's say we're 130 yards. I normally hit an 8-iron here. We have a 20-mile-an-hour wind. That would be a 2-club wind. That would get me to grip down on the club 1 inch. Now this club feels just like my 6-iron, the same length, same setup and everything. Now, once I have the setup here with the same length, feeling the same length as this 8-iron, I'll have a little bit of an open stance. Remember, that's the left foot drawn back. Weight will be towards the left foot. And making the golf swing now, I start and stay on my left side. This gives us a 3/4 swing. And remember, the hands and arms are very passive. There's no conscious opening, closing, or cocking of the hands. Out of the barrel eye, the technique is very similar. You're going to choke down, open stance, weight on the left foot. It's going to give you a 3/4 golf swing. Both of those techniques are very similar. You can actually practice that tight lie in a fairway bunker at home. Practice gripping down, digging just the left foot in, and then hitting that shot that way will help you feel the tight lie shot. If you're having trouble with it, practicing it in a fairway bunker will help. Well, stay tuned. We'll be back with some more specialty shots in Texas. Welcome back. We're going to go through some low shots and some high shots with the wood shots. I want to introduce to you Brian Minnick.
How you doing, Bill?
We're going to go through and hit some low shots here first, and it's very similar to hitting the low shots with the irons. You'll notice the low shot players on the tour basically fall in two categories. You have the low shot players of Trevino, Doug Sanders, Paul Azinger that have kind of a 3/4 swing with a big movement through the ball. And also you have the other category with people with good tempo. Payne Stewart's a good wind player. Sam Snead's a good player. Nick Fowler's obviously a good wind player. He won a couple British Opens. So tempo and a 3/4 swing is the big keys we want with these wood shots. You don't want to consciously steer the ball down or up. Let the setup dictate that. Brian's going to set up here with the wood shot. And he's going to grip down on the club a little bit. And he's going to have a little bit of weight on the left foot with a little open stance. Very similar to what we did with the wind shots with the irons. Go ahead and hit one for us, Brian. Very good. We place these two tees here, so Brian's just concentrating on making a good contact with the golf ball. You don't have to try to swing up at it or down on it. Let your setup dictate that. Brian, let's hit another one for us, please.
Okay.
Where do you feel your weight at, Brian, with this open stance?
Feel probably about 60% on my front foot.
Okay. Very good.
The good thing here also, not only is the ball going to go a little lower, you're also going to have a lot of control when you hit the shot. Ball's not going to go way to the right or left on you.
Very good. We'll do this opposite now. We're going to go hit some high golf shots. And we don't want to try to elevate the ball in the air. Just let the setup dictate it. Let's tee up a golf ball, Brian. And again, we're keeping these tees down here, so Brian's concentrating on solid contact. He doesn't have to elevate the ball low or high. The setup's going to do it. Let's stand here with a little closed stance. Remember, that's with the right foot dropped back.
Tee the ball just a little higher also.
And now his weight, where do you feel your weight now, Brian?
Feel a little more on my back foot, probably about 60% on my back foot.
Okay. We get a lot of temptation a lot of times trying to hit the ball high and low and trying to swing faster, swing up on the ball and down on the ball. Just let your setup dictate it. Make sure you're making that 3/4 swing with this setup right here. We'll take care of that.
Downwind left to right. Now, a little tip for the club members, it's always easier to play a full shot downwind than a half shot. I got this from the great Norman von Nider, who obviously got it from Mr. Hogan, so it did come from the top, that tip, folks. So, and then use the wind. When it's strong like this, you can't fight the wind. Normally, I would draw the ball. I always work the ball against the wind. That's when it's perceived a professional hits the ball dead straight, but in my book, there's no such thing as dead straight. I'm always working it left to right, right to left, but when it gets too strong like this, you have to go with the wind. So I'd aim, whatever, a good 5 yards left of the pin, and give it a good hard, sort of a low-ish, knock-down-ish. Trying to feel that, good full turn and fire that. So it's certainly low. Oh, it's on line as well. And if it gets up, we've got all three.